family, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Talking with Tony. Also, in today's episode, we will be discussing what I wish I knew before starting my t-shirt business. You guys, there's like so many things I wish I knew. I don't know why people in the clothing brand industry, fashion industry are just so secretive. I kind of get it now. And thankfully in 2021, people are way more open and are willing to share. But when I started about 2-3 years ago, people weren't telling you nothing, like nothing at all. You had to figure it out yourself. So I'm going to let you guys know the things that I wish I knew. And hopefully you guys get a lot of value out of this video. And if you do get value, make sure that you thumbs it up and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing that I wish I knew is that running a t-shirt business wasn't going to be easy. And just in general, running a business is not easy. But of course, I saw other people doing it. I was like, hey, I have a passion for fashion. I like clothing. I can do this too, right? And I watched some YouTube videos. I had some friends in the space. I was like, this seems simple enough. But boy, was I wrong. There's so many things that go into running a successful clothing brand and t-shirt brand and t-shirt business that I'm telling you, like if you're not passionate about this brand or if you're not passionate about your t-shirts, it is not going to work. You're going to do it for a couple of months, 6 months, a year, and then you're going to be out. So if you really want to run a successful t-shirt business, please be something that you're passionate about, because if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to want to continue doing it because you're going to deal with headaches with customers. Your designs are going to be off sometimes, like your fulfillment, shipping, like all this stuff you have to deal with that is really, really a headache. And so if you're not passionate about it, I'm telling you, this is not the business to get into because you're going to get frustrated. You're going to quit. Okay. So it's something you definitely want to be passionate about for sure. So the second thing I wish I knew was fulfillment, like how I actually got my t-shirts made. And so when I was doing my research, I found you could do print on demand, and then I found that you could do your own inventory and sourcing. And the inventory and sourcing, like yourself, seemed just so daunting because some people said you had to bulk order like 500 shirts overseas if you wanted them custom made and just all this stuff. Right, so I decided to go with the print on demand route because it made the most sense to me, right? I didn't want to house a lot of inventory. I was willing to take some L's in profit because that's exactly what you're going to do. But it just made sense for me. I was like, listen, I'll just drop ship my t-shirts. I'm a marketer. I know how to drive traffic. Makes sense, right? But the issue is if you don't pick a good print on demand company, you're gonna run into so many headaches. Like the consistency was off for me. The shipping times are extremely long. And then I was not able to get a lot of my customer data, which is crucial, especially if you wanna move from print on demand and get into having your own inventory and sourcing and fulfilling yourself, okay? So the first print on demand company I was using was Teespring, and now it's called Spring, which is not bad if you really want to do it as passively as possible. You just want to drive traffic and you don't really want a lot of control over your customers. Right now, I have moved to Printful, but I'm probably going to move to sourcing and doing inventory myself just to have more profit. But Printful is really, really good. I've made a lot of videos on Printful. I think Printful is one of the best print on demand companies. If you aren't using them, I will link them down below. It is an affiliate link, but definitely check them out if you want to get started with no money up front. I connected to my Shopify store. So yeah, Printful is super, super dope. But I definitely wish I would have known some of this information up front. Because I think I could have definitely used my beginning customer list, especially when you're talking about Facebook ads, Instagram ads, stuff like that. So the third thing I wish I knew was just the growing pains of trying to grow a business, especially when you're in your side hustle or your solopreneur stage. When you're trying to juggle so many things, something normally gets dropped. And for me, it was my clothing brand, if I'm being honest, in my t-shirt business, because I was trying to go to school full time, trying to get my master's. I was working full time. I was trying to do this YouTube channel while still trying to grow my clothing brand at the same time. And just literally, I didn't have enough time to pour into it. And literally, it suffered. It suffered for a very, very long time. And even still, I still put my clothing brand on the back burner compared to everything else. And, if you really don't have the time to put into your clothing brand or your t-shirt business, it's not going to grow, okay? It's just not. Regardless if you're running, ads and stuff like that, but if you're not getting influencers or taking photo shoots or, using, mock-ups at places like Placeit, which Placeit is a really great website to use if you need mock-ups. I'll link that down below as well. But there's a lot that goes into it, and it needs time and nurturing. And so if you don't have the time to nurture your t-shirt business, it will not grow. It is not something that you can do 100% passively, right? Unless you have a very, very big audience and you can post pictures every now and again, or you have a big YouTube channel that, you talk about your clothing brand or your t-shirt business. But outside of that, it takes work. So if you do not have the time, this is not something that you should just jump into haphazardly. You definitely need the time to put into it if you really want your business to grow. So the fourth thing that I wish I knew was branding and marketing, okay? And even me as a marketer, I still make mistakes. And the mistake that I made with my clothing brand is not thinking enough about my branding, okay? I literally just slapped a logo on a t-shirt. Here's one right here, right? And I thought it was gonna be sweet. I thought I could just put this little bunny on a t-shirt, movements over barriers, cool, it's lit, right? But I didn't think enough about the branding, right? What does movement over barriers mean? I knew what it meant to me tangibly, and I could explain it to people, but it wasn't I don't think it's conveyed enough on the shirt. So brands like God is Dope or support Black colleges is very simple, right? If you think God is dope, then you will buy the shirt, right? If you support Black colleges, right, then you will buy the shirt. It's very simple, right? But with this is more like, okay, there's a bunny on a shirt and it says movements over barriers. Okay, what does that even mean, right? And so I didn't think enough about branding. And that's one mistake that I wish if I could have gone back or could go back, that's what I would change. I would switch up my branding, because now Movements Over Barriers is just really about overcoming your obstacles, overcoming your fears, not allowing anything to stop you, not living in fear, right? And those are some of the languages, or that is the language that I should have put on the shirt and put on my shirts. But for whatever reason, I didn't think that. So now I am. So definitely check out the website, because I have, fearless tees and stuff like that. Definitely branding is definitely going to make or break your t-shirt business. And definitely think of a niche and people that you want to target, whether that's entrepreneurs, college students, dog lovers, whatever, right? Think about a particular niche that you can attack with your shirts and not just throw up a logo and think people are going to buy it, because it's not going to work, not in 2021. So the last thing I wish I knew was I wish I looked at support differently, okay? And what I mean by that is that when you start a brand or business, or you have this new idea, you just think your friends and your family are going to support you, right? You think if you start a t-shirt business, everybody in your friends and family are just gonna buy the shirt just because you make the shirt. And sometimes that's the case, right? But you have to also think about maybe your brand isn't for your friends or your family, right? And them not buying your brand or t-shirt doesn't mean they don't support you. It's just not for them. And I had to get out my feelings. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was really in my feelings, when I saw some of my friends not buying my brand or not buying my t-shirt, because I'm like, yo, I got a t-shirt, I got a brand, buy my shirt. But sometimes your brand or your business may not resonate with your friends or your family. Like my aunt has a nail business, right? I'm never gonna be a customer for her because her nail business is not for me. It's just not. I don't get my nails done. I don't need no glitter or no gel polish. Like, but does that mean I don't support her? No, I 100% support her. I just won't be a client of hers, right? And so you definitely have to look at your brand and your business differently. You have to look at support differently. You can't be in your feelings. You know what I mean? It's just business, honestly. And I didn't understand that before, but tangibly, like, don't get in your feelings if your friends or your family don't support you in the capacity that you think, because I'm telling you, they probably do support you. It just may not resonate with them. You wouldn't just ask your friends or your family for $100 for no reason, right? But that's essentially what you're expecting your friends and your family to do for you, right? It doesn't make sense. That's not how the world works. So, you know, definitely looking at support differently has helped me in business and not be so salty with my friends and my family. But yeah, I would definitely recommend you looking at support differently. So that is it for the video. I hope that you guys truly enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions or want to hit me up on Instagram. I'm always on Instagram at Talking with Toniel. And if you get value out of this video, again, thumbs it up, subscribe, and check out some of these videos over here. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, be easy.